Today is Friday, April 21st, 2023, and it's 3:36 p.m. I'm calling the criminals at Intoxalock. It's an extortion plot aided by the state of Michigan.
Thank you for calling Intoxalock. For English, press 1. For Spanish, press 2.
Please provide your customer ID number.
I don't know what it is.
Your phone number.
810.
Your full date of birth. Has any of your contact information changed?
Pardon?
Has any of your contact information changed?
No.
Alright, so how may I help you today?
I need to speak with somebody in the customer advocacy department.
Yes, sir, we are from the same department. May I know what is the issue with your account?
Pardon?
What is the issue, sir?
What is what?
May I know the issue to help you further?
I need to speak to the customer advocacy, anybody in the customer advocacy department. I need a.
Sir, right now we are from customer department itself. May I know what is the issue? Without the correct information, we cannot transfer the call.
I need a form to supply to the state of Michigan Judicial Tenure Commission.
I'm sorry, I did not get you.
I need a form to send to the Michigan Judicial Tenure Commission.
Regarding?
My account. Ma'am, please put me through to the customer advocacy department. All you got to do is look up my account and see how many times I've called your company. Your equipment failed a year ago. Your equipment failed a year ago, and I was supposed to get my license a year ago, and because your equipment failed, I had a judge claim that I tampered with your equipment, and I didn't tamper with your equipment. Your company knows that I didn't tamper with your equipment. Your equipment failed, and you replaced it, and this judge still insisted on blaming me for tampering with your equipment, and I need to speak with your customer advocacy department. I know all those people. I know Alex Killam. I know Heidi LaPritz. I know Nate. I know Brandon. They know my account. Please put me through. Hello?
Please be on the line. We're working on the issue. I will check and get back to you. I'm transferring the call to the concerned team who can help you further. I request you to please be on the line, and this concerned team would help you. Please be on hold. I'm transferring the call. Thank you.
Your feedback is appreciated.
No, it won't
Please
be.
stay on the line after your call for a brief survey.
You don't want to hear my survey.
Thank you for holding. This is Sharon. Can I please get your first and last name to verify the account?
Richard.
Just a moment. Thank you, Mr. What can I do for you?
Ma'am, I need a letter from your company. Your equipment failed on April 11th, 2022, and your people diagnosed it for 16 days before you diagnosed your equipment as your equipment died, and I had to have it towed on April 26th to your service center, and you replaced the unit, and you never charged me for it. I talked with Alex Killam in the customer advocacy department, and he told me it was your fault. Your equipment failed, and you didn't charge me for it, but you're supposed to pay for the tow, but you never did. But in the meantime, my Michigan hearings judge said that I circumvented your device, and he violated me for it. And now I have to file a complaint against him with the Michigan Judicial Tenure Commission. And what I need from you is I need a letter stating that your equipment failed and you replaced the unit. It had nothing to do with me. I sat for 16 days while you people diagnosed it, and you finally had me tow it to your service center. Your service center agrees that it was the equipment, and your people paid for it. And Alex Killam in the customer advocacy department agreed that it wasn't my fault. I had nothing to do with it. Your equipment died, and yet this judge accused me of tampering, circumventing it, and he added another year to my 12-month commitment. I was supposed to have this thing taken off 14 months ago, and here it is. I'm 26 months into a 12-month commitment, and your equipment failed 12 times and had 2 major failures that weren't my fault, and that's why I have to go, because I've got a corrupt judge that's just he's dragging on this my obligation, and he's doubled. I should have had this off 14 months ago, and he's just jerking me around. So I need a letter from your company stating that I didn't tamper to circumvent the device, and you replaced the device, and I had no.
What was the violation?
Pardon?
What was the violation date in question?
It was 16 days. It started on April 11th, 2022, and your people. I sat in the driveway of my new house. I just moved, and I drove for 7 hours, and I had absolutely no problems. And then the next day, I went out and tried to start the car, and it was dead. And your people diagnosed it for 16 days, and you finally on the 22nd, you said that Alex Killam said he called and said it was the equipment failed, and he arranged to have it replaced, and it was replaced on April 26th, 2022 at Adams Automotive.
On April 26th, 2022.
And I called your company a year ago asking for the paperwork, and you just refused to send it to me.
Yeah, normally we don't send out anything, but I will try to get in touch with Alex, and I will also try to get in touch with our compliance team to see if I can get you a letter or get you some kind of documentation, see if some kind of exception can be made.
Ma'am, you got to.
So I'll reach out to them.
You have to do this. This had absolutely nothing to do with me. Your equipment failed, and this judge took it upon himself to blame me, and there was no blame at all. Your equipment failed. And I've been paying you for an extra year now for 14 months, and he gave me an extra year. He punished me. I'm dealing with a corrupt judge that is just handing out sentences to anybody under the sun, and for no logical reason at all. Ma'am, I've had your vehicle interlock device on since 2/22/2021, and that time it failed 12 times. It killed 4 batteries. I've had 4 tows. I've had 2 major violations that took my license away for 9.5 months total. The first time was on July 30th, 2021, and I went into a store. I parked the car, and 15 minutes later, your equipment failed, and took a picture of me when I wasn't even in the car. And this judge said that I failed a rolling retest, which is impossible in a parked car with nobody in it. And then he made me go through a hearing, and he took my license away for 4 months. And the day I got it back on November 10th, 2021, I had to get my license at the Lapeer County Secretary of State. I walked in, I got my license back. I tried to start my car, and your device was dead. Then I had to argue with your people on the phone. Then you told me to disconnect the negative, and I had to go. I didn't have any tools. I had to walk a mile, and I had to get a wrench. I disconnected it and reconnected it, and it started. Then I went home, and the thing was failing again, and it failed for good on November 23rd, 2022, and I'm sorry, 21, and you people did the same thing to me. You said have it towed to the service center, and I argued with your technician Derek, and he promised me that he would have a new replacement unit waiting for me if I only had the vehicle towed, and he set up an appointment for November 29th, 2021 at Jeremy's Automotive, and I paid $145 for a tow. And when I got there, they said, "We don't know what you're talking about. We don't have any equipment. We don't have anything here." And all they did was charge up my battery and sent me home. And I talked to, on the 23rd, I talked to a lady named Tan, and she told me because the thing was going to have to set from the 23rd until the 29th. And I told her, I said, "Can I disconnect the battery so it doesn't kill my battery?" And she said yes. And she said, "But it will cause a lockout. But and then when we reconnect it, it's going to cause another lockout. So that's $150 in lockout fees." But she says, "I'm going to record it right now, and as soon as those lockouts show up, they'll be reversed." But I didn't get them reversed. You billed me in December. You charged me for 2 lockouts. Then you charged me for 3 payments instead of 2, and then you never paid for the tow. And you charged me. I'm supposed to pay bi-monthly. That means twice a month. And you charged me 3 payments 3 different times. And I've sent notices in, and I've sent notices of my lockouts, and you haven't reversed anything. And then you owe me for 3 tows.
Okay, let me reach out. Like I said, let me reach out and try to reach out to Alex and see what we can do about any kind of exception letter regarding this situation. And we'll be back in him or I will be back in touch with you regarding this.
When will that be, ma'am? How long will that be? Because I've got to write this letter real quickly to this Judicial Tenure Commission, and I'm going to try to get this judge disbarred. This guy's a criminal. He accused me of tampering, circumventing your equipment when your own people said I had nothing to do with it. So I've got to fight a battle with this corrupt judge. So the sooner the better. How are you going to contact?
Okay.
How are you?
Well, I will reach out to him.
So Alex is.
He will reach out. Someone will reach back out to you via email or by phone.
Okay.
And it probably will not be today because it's almost 3 o'clock in the afternoon. It'll probably be Monday or Tuesday of next week.
Okay, that'd be fine. I'd really appreciate it. I've got to get this resolved, ma'am. This is just. This has been a nightmare. This has been I completed 12 months and I tested negative for alcohol 16 months ago, and here it is 16 months later, and this judge just took me to the cleaners, falsely accused me 2 times. The first time how do you fail a rolling retest when I wasn't even in the car? And that was the equipment failing, and the thing failed over and over again until it finally died on April 11th. And my obligation ended 14 months ago, and it's an extortion plot that I've got to get resolved. So I'd really appreciate it. Alex Killam is still around. When I called a year ago, they said he's no longer in that capacity. So he's still in customer advocacy?
He's not. What I've done is I've sent it to my supervisor to see who we need to reach out to, whether it be Alex or somebody else, with what you have stated over this phone call, to see if there's any exceptions that we can make. Like I said, he is still with the company.
Okay.
He's not in that capacity, but he is still with the company.
You got to make an exception. Your equipment failed, and you just stole an extra 14 months from me. You can't. It's not an exception. It's a mandate, ma'am. You got to do it. I don't want to have to drag you in court and all that too, but. I'm writing to the Michigan Judicial Tenure Commission. These are the people that govern corrupt judges. So do this for me, because you're part to blame of this. Your company is partially to blame of this, and I got to get this resolved, Sharon. You stole money from me, and this is an extortion plot between your company and this corrupt judge, and Michigan taxpayers have to get this resolved. This is an extortion plot on struggling Michigan taxpayers. You don't deserve to steal money. I paid you for 12 months and never blew one time positive for alcohol. I'm on 26 months and I've never tested positive for alcohol, but your equipment failed 12 times. And I've had it, and since I had it replaced, I've had to replace my battery, and my new unit is failing too. I've had 2 instances where it just locked me out, and the last one, I don't know if you see it in your notes, but I think it was on 12/30/22. I was driving down the street, and the thing started giving me error messages, and then I pulled into a store, a parking lot, and the thing just died. And I called your people, and you told me that I had to disconnect the negative, And there again, I didn't have tools, so I had to go out and buy a set of tools and walk about a half a mile to the store to get to them. And then when I disconnected the battery and reconnected it, it started again. But I had it fail on November 8th, 2022 when I went to vote, and the thing did the same thing. It gave me error messages, and then the power save wouldn't work. So I don't know what's wrong with this new unit, but this new unit has failed 3 or 4 times. And that's since I've had it replaced. So I got to get this thing off. This is like a car bomb.
Okay, well let me get with the powers that be and see if I can't get you some answers and at least get the situation resolved with as far as that letter you're requesting.
Oh,
okay?
Yeah,
and we'll be back in touch with you.
Yeah, I need something in writing that I can send to this Judicial Tenure Commission, because I've got all kinds of files on this judge. This judge is a criminal. Yeah, I've got your files that show that on June 30th, 2021, I wasn't even in the car and the thing failed. And it was, and if you take a look at the records, it shows the thing was failing for 2 days. And one time it tested me positive for alcohol, and then 5 minutes later it showed that I tested negative for alcohol. That was on June 30th, 2021. And you should have replaced it then. And then as soon as I got it back, I got my license back on November 10th, it failed again. Then it failed again on November 23rd, and then it failed for good on April 11th, 2022. So you owe me, okay? I really appreciate it. Sandra, Sharon, please get me through to the right people, okay?
All right, I will. Like I said, I have sent emails, and we'll be reaching back out to you. It may not be me, but hopefully it'll be one of the management team.
Okay, great.
Okay?
Great. Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. Thank you, sir. Have a great rest of your day.
You too.
And please hold the line for a brief survey. You have an awesome weekend. Bye-bye.
Bye. Survey. Survey hung up. What a criminal organization. We'll see what happens now. I bet you no one calls me. That's it for now. Today is Friday, April 28th, 2023. It's 3:32 p.m., and I'm calling the criminals at Intoxalock, who were supposed to have called me last Monday or Tuesday. I called a week ago. This is how they sabotage people.
Thanks for calling Intoxalock. For English, press 1.
Thank you, John Joseph. My name is Chris. May I know your name?
I'm sorry, what's your name?
My name is Chris. May I know your name?
My name is...
Is there any information that has been changed since the last time you talked to us, Mr. Richards?
I called last week, and someone was supposed to call me Monday or Tuesday, and they never did. I spoke with Sharon, and I was trying to reach the customer advocacy department, and she guaranteed me that someone would contact me by Monday or Tuesday, and no one did.
Related to? What was this related to?
Pardon?
What was that related to?
I've got a problem with your company, and I need a letter from the customer advocacy department. Can you put me through to anybody in the customer advocacy department? Without putting me on hold for an hour.
No. That's not the thing, actually, but I just want to know exactly for what you want from the customer advocacy.
Just go through my notes from when I spoke with Sharon last Friday.
Okay, is it something related to any kind of violation?
It's regarding your equipment failing 2 times, and your equipment died on April 26th, and you replaced it at no charge because your equipment died. But the Michigan Secretary of State said I circumvented your device, which is a lie, and I need a letter from your company because I'm filing a complaint with the judge that falsely accused me of circumventing your device.
Give me a second, hold on. Let me check more details about it here. I'll put a brief hold. Hold on. Thank you for being on the call, sir. I know I would really appreciate how patient you being on the call here. So we already have put now in the escalation actually department of that. So now they are in the process of that actually. So they're going to review on it for surely, and they will take care of it that way. So I would request you to please wait for another couple of days till it gets reviewed, and it will be all taken care of.
They are going to send me that letter?
No, it will be always sent. We can be able to only send them straight to the DMV for that. So I would request you to wait for it because we already have put now on the escalation. So it means it can be get it done soon.
So what are they going to do for me?
Nothing. We can then, if we had to review one actually on that point of time, if that happened during or anything that we have done it, so from our end, like device, then we will send over straight away to the Department of Motor Vehicle that report.
No. You don't send it to. I need it because I'm filing a complaint with the Judicial Tenure Commission against this judge that is accusing me of tampering with this device. Don't send it to. Don't send it to. I need somebody. You were supposed to do this a week ago. Now, why can't I talk to somebody in that department?
So I already put you on the long hold. So I was doing for that actually the escalation department. So this means that it's going to be done very, very soon, sir.
I need what I need.
So please wait for a couple of days. You're done.
Okay, I'll wait. Today's Friday. I'll wait until Tuesday. But you said that's what you told me a week ago. I spoke with a lady named Sharon. And it was the same Sharon that I spoke to a year ago about the same issue. And this has absolutely nothing to do with me. Your equipment failed. It died and left me stranded for 16 days from the April 11th to the 26th of April. And I almost died because I just moved and I had no food in my house and your car and I had no way of getting food because my car was dead in my driveway for 16 days. As I talked with your technical support people, who finally said that the equipment was dead and you were going to replace it, and I had to have it towed. And when I had it towed on April 26th, you guys replaced it and you didn't charge me for it. And if I would have circumvented it, you would have charged me for it. And in the meantime, this judge took my license away. And I had your device installed on February 22nd, 2021, and I was eligible almost a year and a half ago. This is 27 months that I've gone in, that I paid into your company, and I've never tested one time for alcohol, but your equipment failed 12 times. I've had to have it towed 4 times. You charged me, falsely accused me of 2 major violations. The first one was on July 30th, 2021, and your equipment failed and took a picture of me when I was out of the car for 15 minutes. There was no one in the car, and it was parked in a parking lot, and I got violated for failing a rolling retest, which is impossible if there's nobody in the car and it's parked. But they took my license away for 4 months that time, and then it failed numerous other times before April, but on April 11th, it failed for 16 days. Then you people said it's your equipment. Finally, you're going to have to replace it. And I had it replaced. You were supposed to pay for the tow. You never paid for the tow. And then this judge accused me of circumventing your device. And he gave me another year punishment for no legal reason. And so I'm going 3 years on a 12-month commitment. And that's extortion.
I totally understand that, sir, but I already put that now on this escalation, sir. I would request you to please wait for a couple of days so you will get approved, and we're going to review on it, and we're going to find out exactly what had happened that point of time. So it will happen, and it will just be able to get it on. Send over to you then.
I need
already put in this question.
I need a letter to send to this. I'm suing this judge. Do you understand that? And I've got to get it into the state of Michigan Judicial Tenure Commission, and they're going to investigate this judge who's a crook, and he's getting paid off by your company to sabotage Michigan taxpayers. And this guy's got to go. He's got to be disbarred. So I need that pay. I'll wait. Okay, you're sure? You're telling me that this is going to. The escalation department knows all about this.
It's going to be done.
Okay, because the next step.
I put in the escalation department, so it's going to be done.
Chris, the next step is I have to file a complaint with the Attorney General of the state of Michigan against your company if you don't comply, because this is an extortion plot. I never tested one time for alcohol. I've tested negative for the last 27 months, every time, but your equipment failed 12 times. I've had 4 tows. It killed 4 batteries. 2 major violations that you took my license away for a total of 9.5 months that I couldn't work, but yet I still had to pay your bill. Please wait for it, sir. That's customer abuse. I'll wait until Tuesday, and if I don't hear back, I'm going to have to file complaints with the Secretary of State, because you're withholding evidence crucial to my defense in this case against this judge. So thanks, Chris. You have a good weekend, and I'll contact you by Tuesday next week.
Thank you so much, sir. You had a wonderful day. Please share the feedback. There'll be a quick touchdown off this call. I would really appreciate it. You had a wonderful day, sir. Please do that. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thanks for taking the
Fuck you. Today is Thursday, May 4th, 2023. It's 4:05 p.m., and I'm calling the criminals at Intoxalock, who I've been chasing for 2 weeks. This is an extortion plot in cooperation.
For English, press 1. For Spanish, press 2.
Oh, I press anything. Today is Thursday, May 4th, 2023. It's 4:09 p.m. I'm calling the criminals at Intoxalock. I just was talking to a woman named Rennie, and I got cut off, which is typical.
Thank you for calling Intoxalock. For English, press 1. For Spanish, press 2. Your call may be monitored and recorded for quality and training purposes. Please hold while we look up your account. Okay, now let's make sure we have the right account. Please enter your date of birth. For example, if your account has a balance due of $0, the last payment received was for $59.17 on Monday, May 1st. Your calibration date is Tuesday, June 20th, 2023. To repeat this information, press star. For billing, press 1. For calibration, press 2. For lockout, press 3. For vehicle maintenance, press 4. For something else, press 5. For removal, press 1. For troubleshooting, press 2. For removal, press 1. For troubleshooting, press 2. For lease, press 3. To return to the main menu, press pound. For removal, you did not make a selection. You will now be disconnected.
You fucking
Goodbye.
idiots, you stupid bastards. Fucking junk. Today is Thursday, May 4th, 2023. It's 4:11 p.m. And this is my third call to Intoxalock, trying to get a human being and not get cut off.
Thank you for calling Intoxalock. For English, press 1. For Spanish, press 2. Your call may be monitored and recorded for quality and training purposes.
Hello, this is Connor from Intoxalock. What is your name? Hey Richard, is there any updates regarding your contact information?
Not since
Or is it just the same, Richard?
not since 30 seconds ago when I was talking to Rennie and she cut me off.
Oh, very unfortunate to hear that. Nevertheless, how may I help you?
Sir, I'm trying. Your name is Connor?
That is correct.
Okay, Connor, I need to speak with somebody in the customer advocacy department. I need documentation that I've been calling you people for 2 weeks for, and I've called three. This is the third call that I've made, and I talked to a lady named Sharon 2 weeks ago, and she said they're supposed to get me a document, and she said wait 2 days and it'll be there. And I waited 2 days and I got nothing. So then I called last Friday and I spoke with another person. His name was, I can't remember his name, but he told me the same thing. His name was Chris. I called on 428, and he said someone from the customer advocacy department would be contacting me within 2 days. So I've been trying for 2 weeks to get a document that I need for the state of Michigan to get my license back, and you people are jerking me around. I need to speak with somebody in the customer advocacy department, and I need this document.
No worries. I will have a look.
When I spoke to Chris on the 28th, he told me, he said, yeah, we're working on it, and he said someone would be calling me back within 2 days, and that was on the 28th.
Thank you for your patience. I'll have a look.
Can you just switch me through to the customer advocacy department? They have all my files. I've had a lot of problems with your equipment. Your equipment failed 12 times. It killed 4 batteries, and you've had 2 major violations that weren't my fault. That I have to fight in Michigan court about it. I was supposed to have this. I was supposed to have this device removed 15 months ago, and I've had this equipment for 27 months, and I've never tested one time for alcohol, but this thing's failed 12 times, and it gave me 2 major violations. I lost my license for 9.5 months. I've had 4 tows. You kill 4 batteries. And the last time it died was it died on March 11th, 2022, and it took you people 16 days to diagnose it, and then you finally diagnosed it, and you said the equipment died, and you replaced it on April 26th, 2022, and your equipment died, and the state of Michigan said that I circumvented your device. You people say I didn't. You replaced the equipment, but the state of Michigan won't give me my license back because I have to go after this criminal judge that lied and said that I tampered and circumvented the device.
No worries. Thank you for your patience. I'll just get back to you. Just give me a moment. Are you with me?
Yes.
Yes. Once I get the update, I will let you know.
See, I've already gone through this twice, Connor, and talked to somebody just like you that took all my information and then did nothing with it. And this has been 2 weeks, and the Attorney General for the state of Michigan, I called their office, and they told me that I have to get this document from your company, but you're refusing to give it to me. That's extortion. That's criminal extortion from your company. I was eligible to have your device removed on 2/22/22, or I'm sorry, 22, and you refused to send me the closing paperwork. And then in the meantime, while I was arguing with you people to send the closing paperwork, your device failed on April 11th, and then it was dead for 16 days, and I couldn't use my vehicle, I couldn't go for food, I couldn't get medical attention, and I couldn't work for 16 days while you diagnosed it. And then you finally said that...
Okay, for that...
Yes?
Okay, for that, as per the information that we have here, I think you need to appeal to the state. That's what it is showing here.
That I need to what?
You need to appeal to your state.
You have to give me the document. That's what they're telling me. Put me through. You know, you're not customer advocacy.
But
put me through to the customer. Put me through to the customer advocacy department.
Unfortunately, there is no proof. There is. We don't usually send a document.
You're not. Your equipment failed. All I want you to do is send me send me a document saying that your equipment failed. That's all I need.
Send a proof. We only send a report to the state. Apart from that, nothing else. We send it to them. And for this, you will need to appeal to your state.
I did appeal to my state, and my state told me that I got to get the document from you saying your equipment failed. I've had this thing on for 20 years. I don't care. I don't want to talk to you anymore. Put me through to a supervisor in the customer advocacy department. They all know me.
It is showing her that, yes.
Well, and I don't want to talk to you.
It is showing her that you will need to reach out to your state.
I did. Hello? Did you hang up on me?
Yes.
You're telling me something totally different. You're telling me something totally different than the last 2 people did. I talked to Sharon.
And it is showing her that we reached out. And it is showing her that if that's the case, you will need to reach out to your state and appeal it.
I have to do what?
If this has something to do with the service center.
Pardon?
If this has something to do with the service center, you need to get it from the service center.
Your service center said that you're a bunch of crooks and that you don't pay your bills and that you're paying off the judges to sabotage Michigan taxpayers. That's what your own service center said. They said that you owe them money, and when I went to have your device when I had on April 26, 2022, when I went to Adams Automotive, I had the device towed. I had my vehicle towed, and I spoke with Alex Killam with the customer advocacy department, and he told me, he said, we're going to have a brand new unit, and he said, it's our fault. You don't have to pay for it, and we're going to have it installed. And they did have it installed on April 26th, but you people need to give me a document saying that you replaced it and it was defective. That's what the state of Michigan, the Attorney General Complaint Department told me that I have to contact you because this is an extortion plot from your company. You got an extra 16 months off of me so far when I was eligible to have this thing removed on 2/22/22. And that's extortion. It's criminal extortion from your company. And nobody, if what you're telling me now, if that was true, then they should have contacted me 2 weeks ago. When I called and talked to Sharon 2 weeks ago, she said someone would contact me from within 2 days. No one contacted me. So then I called and talked to Chris on April 28th, and he said the same thing. Someone will contact me within 2 days. I need a document from your.
This is the response. This is the response that we can. You can appeal to your state.
I don't want to talk to you.
I
don't want to talk to you. I want to talk to the customer advocacy department. They're the ones that are supposed to protect me. The customer advocacy. Do you understand what that means?
You will need to appeal to your state.
Then put that in writing. Put it in writing that you refuse to give me my document that I requested.
You will need to.
All right. Are you going to do it? Are you going to do it or not? I reached out to my state. How many times do I have to tell you? Put me through to your supervisor. Put me through to who's your supervisor?
It is showing
who's
your
supervisor?
We usually don't keep our equipment.
It doesn't matter.
You need to reach out to your state.
I told you, you fucking idiot. I reached out to my state.
We only send the report. Yes, we only send your report. We only send your report. Okay.
Send me a
Put me
through the goddamn truck. Put me through the customer advocacy
department. There is no proof that we can give it to you.
Put me through to your boss. All you are is
Unfortunately, not at this point.
Put me through to your boss. You motherfucking cocksucker. You stupid son of a bitch. I don't care, you son of a bitch. You stole money from my account. You stole money and you're extorting Michigan taxpayers. Pardon? I said I don't want to talk to you. Put me through to your supervisor. Put me through to your supervisor. Put me through to your supervisor. Are you still there? All right, cocksucker. You're going to be on the internet. Say hi to your YouTube fans, motherfucker. Useless bastards.